morning, everyone, from where you are watching us. This is Better Tomorrow YouTube channel. Thank you for watching us. As today, we are going to discuss the effect of drug abuse in young people, that is youth. In my team, we are going to tackle effects, causes, solutions. And to take us through, let me introduce my team. From my left, we begin with
Iman Rono,
Sharon Kipkemoi, Aurelia Muhinji,
Laventa Atieno.
And to start out, what's the meaning of drug abuse? Drug abuse is the wrongful use of drug. That is, any drug that you use wrongly, that is called drug abuse. And in Kenya, we have an initiative called NACADA, which helps us to prevent that. NACADA is mainly aim in Kenya is to prevent the drug abuse, to educate young people about the drug abuse, and also to tell us the causes of drug abuse. If you want to know more about NACADA, you can contact 111192. That's their hotline number. To continue, let me introduce my gang, Mr. Rono, to take us through the causes.
These are some of the causes of drug and substance abuse among the young people. Poverty. Young people living in hard conditions may be vulnerable to drug and substance abuse due to their background or the lack of finances. Another point is unemployment. Idleness or lack of job opportunities among the young people may create tendency to drug and substance abuse. Another point is peer pressure. So young people use drugs in order to fit in with their peers and also not to be rejected by their peers. Another point is on social media influence. Celebrities, musics, and movies may influence young people into using drugs so as to be famous and also to fit on the social levels of other people. Another point is on lack of awareness. Lack of awareness on drugs about the health issues and other medical conditions may influence young people to use drugs, not knowing what the outcomes of the drugs will be. That is the end of the effects.
Let's tackle the effect of drug abuse by the help of Lavender and Sharon.
So, in effects of drug abuse among the youths, number one, we have poor performance. Among the youths, those students who are using drug abuse, is going to affect their performance in school, like academics. Let's say a student was maybe number one in school and he started using drugs, it's going to lower him and it's going to make him reduce his scores and grades. Number two, family and social problems. So if, let's say, for example, a father is using like alcohol, it's going to affect his family because like the children are not going to school. It's going to bring conflict among the father and the mother. Number three is risk behavior. Let's say if someone is using drugs and maybe is using drugs and maybe he can engage in crime, also in sexual harassment, like harassing people. Point number four is unemployment and poverty. Like if people use drugs and there's no one who's going to work, because if someone gets money, he's going to engage in drugs and that will bring poverty among the people. In all of that, I would like to introduce my colleague Sharon to add more about it.
The other point is on physical health problems. Continuous use of some drugs leads to diseases like heart disease, liver. Example is a person who abuses alcohol may get an illness on liver. The second point is on addiction. When someone uses drugs, it leads to addiction and it makes it difficult for him to drain away. Financial constraint, and some people tend to buy drugs rather than their basic needs. The other one is crime. Some people may engage in robbery or theft in order to get money to buy some drugs.
In addition to To all of that, what we have been said, let's tackle the remedy. Since we have identified the problem, let's look at the solution. And my friend here, Aurelia, will take us in the possible remedies.
So here are the possible remedies on the causes and effects of drug abuse. There should be education and awareness. Schools and communities should educate young people on the dangers of drug and substance abuse. Parents also should also control their children and monitor their behavior in order to ensure that they do not try drug and substance abuse due to curiosity. There should also be counseling and rehabilitation. Professional support will help the youth to recover from the incidents, and also it can also help them to reintegrate into the society. There should also be strict law enforcement. The government should also set strict laws to regulate the sale and distribution of drug abuse, to curb the issue of easy accessibility to drugs. And also there should be engagement in activities such as sports, talents. This will help the youth not to be idle, so that they can spend their time in using drugs. And that is all.
So in relation to today's topic, Rono, what is your take home, or what message do you have for the young people out there?
I think the message for the young people is that they should be aware of what they are taking into their body, so that it does not lead to mild effects on their health. To the government, they should instill a strict law to curb the drugs and substance abuse generally in the entire country, and also to increase taxation on drug and substance abuse. Yeah, that's all.
In relation to today's topic on drugs and substance abuse, what is your take home, or what is your message to the young people out there who are involved in drug and substance abuse?
Drug and substance abuse is a serious issue among young people with far-reaching consequences. Although through combined efforts from the government, families, schools and communities, it can be managed and prevented effectively.
In relation to today's topic on drugs and substance abuse, what's your take home, or what message do you have for the young people who are still abusing drugs?
For me, I'll just say that every member in the society should encourage the youth and also take responsibilities to make the youth to be drug-free, and also to encourage the youth that abusing drugs is affecting their health and it may cost them their life. That's all.
In relation to today's topic on drugs and substance abuse, what message do you have for the young people who are still abusing drugs, and what can be done?
I think they should create awareness and educate youth on the effects of drug abuse, and the government should employ youths to avoid idleness, which sometimes causes the use of drugs.
In relation to today's topic on drugs and substance abuse among the young people, what is that one message you have for young people, and what is the way forward according to you?
I could like to tell every young people to stop using drugs, since it has a lot of effects, as we have been seeing in our previous videos, a lot of effects to us, our bodies, and it also can lead to some serious diseases which will later affect your life. And remember, addiction is just a disease, and you should not be judged by being addicted, but it can also be recovered. So don't try to use drugs. Thank you.
So let's hear the conclusion of this discussion from one of our own team member, Jen. Welcome.
Okay, to conclude what we have discussed on this episode, I could like to urge everyone to take note on the causes, effects, and the solution we have recommended on people not to use the drugs. Also to young people, stop using the drugs, and if you're already addicted, reach out to NACADA on their hotline 1192. Also, I would like to urge the government to impose heavy taxation on drugs, so that they can minimize the drugs being imported to our country. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. Also, comment on which topic you would like us to tackle next week. Have a nice evening.